Hello, this is Joller Coaster here with the 30 teams in 30 days NBA special, Jerry's NBA Talk TV. Looking forward to have a lot of fun. I would be recording like my face, like vlogging and stuff, but I'm just sweaty and don't really feel like doing it right now. So if I get picked, I'll do that in the future. It just feels sort of uncomfortable just having the Bobcats picture, but here we go. Charlotte Bobcats. Owner, start off with that. The greatest basketball player ever to play on the face of the earth, arguably, Michael Jordan, our chairman, owns the Bobcats. He, obviously you know him as the player, but the owner hasn't really done a great job so far. Adam Morrison, Kwame Brown, stuff like that. But, let's move on. The general manager is Rod Higgins. The head coach is Larry Brown, obviously a great coach, turned this team around when he came here. Known for his defense, which Bobcats are top 3, top 4 defensive teams in the league, which is why they have success. Larry Brown, only coach to win an NBA title and an NCAA title. So that's pretty good. And then, let's go. Record last season, we were 44-38. The year before that, we were 35-47. So we improved basically by 9-11 wins. Hopefully, we're looking to improve the same amount of time this year. What do I think the team's record's going to be this year? They didn't really have a lot of good pickups in the off season, but we'll get into that a little bit later. But I just want to go ahead and give out the record. What I think they're going to be. I think they're going to be 48-49 win season this year, because hopefully we'll have Jackson and Wallace the whole time. Obviously we didn't have them the whole time last year, but right when Jackson got there, we got more comfortable, started winning more ball games. We made the playoffs last year in the 7th seed we were facing the Orlando Magic. They were the 2nd seed. We did not win a single game. That was the first time in the playoffs. And I mean, I was pumped. I was sitting there watching every single game, hoping they'd win. But the underdog doesn't always win, so they lost 0-4. Magic swept them. But, so that's that they did make the playoffs. Plan on them making the playoffs again this year. What seed will they be this year? I'm going with probably the 5th seed, somewhere around there, because you got Miami, Boston, Orlando, Chicago, and Atlanta. So I'd say the 5th or 6th seed. They're definitely in the playoffs. Hopefully, I mean, if there's not any injuries or anything, that should be the case. Up next we have the new additions. We basically didn't really get a lot of good players, but basically this is just the roster. We got Derek Brown and Gerald Henderson. We still have them. We got Augustine. New additions is basically Matt Carroll, Kwame Brown, Eric Dampier, and Eduardo Nahara. Nahara, Carroll, and Dampier. That was in that Tyson Chandler trade for the from the Mavericks. Carroll, former Bobcat, came back here, gave us some shooting, which is what we needed. And we actually signed Kwame Brown. I don't know about that. I don't know why Michael decided to do that. He was obviously a bust back in the draft a couple years ago. But our center position is pretty much solid. Dampier, there was rumors he was going to get traded and stuff, but basically our new additions. The draft, we pretty much, I don't think we got any useful people in the draft. I think we had the 16th pick in the draft. They traded that away. So I was pretty upset about that because there's some good players in that draft. But up next, let's talk about the salaries for the players. Dampier, obviously, who we're thinking about trading away, is $13 million. G. Wallace has $9,800,000. Dial has $9 million. Jackson has about roughly $8.5 million. Nazi Muhammad, the center, has just about $7 million. Thomas, who we just signed, extended his contract to, we got $6.5 million, and it obviously goes on for about 5-6 years. So he'll be hopefully our starting power forward in the future. We got Diop, who's $6.5 million, doesn't really play that much. Then Carroll, who we just got, $4 million. Eduardo Nahara, $2 million. DJ, probably the starter, I don't know, has $2.5 million. Henderson, the young boy, has about $2 million. And Kwame has about $1,200,000. So that's basically the salaries. And up next, let's just talk about the team. Charlotte Bobcats. Franchise player. Definitely Gerald Wallace. He was in the All-NBA team defense last year. Great athlete. My favorite player. I mean, I just love watching him because I watch all the Bobcats games. I love watching him come up there, boom, get a big old block from behind, get 5 steals, 15 rebounds. He's just a great athlete. He's our star player, no doubt. He made the All-Star team first time last year. I was happy about that. And then really our sort of star scorer is Steven Jackson. Had 20 points per game last year. And he is basically, he helped us out so much last year. So basically star players are Jackson and Wallace, a great 2-3 duo. Projected starting lineups. Obviously Wallace and Jackson are going to start. Unless they don't get rid of Dial, I'm pretty sure Dial is going to start. It's pretty hard doing this one because they don't really have a solid center or a solid point guard because they lost Felton to New York. So I'm going to say probably Dampier Dial, Wallace, Jackson, and DJ. So that's the starting lineup. Key reserves, rotation players. Sean Livingston, we just got him in the offseason. Matt Carroll, obviously a good shooter coming. And obviously our sixth man, Tyrus Thomas, also a great athlete. Derek Brown, Gerald Henderson, I'm looking forward to see them getting more minutes this year. So that's basically that. So let's just go top to bottom. Best players, I'm just going to name them in order. Basically what you can expect out of them, who's really not going to get that much minutes. So we got Wallace, Jackson, Dial, Thomas, DJ, Eric Dampier, Jop, Carroll, Eduardo Nahara, Sean Livingston. Pretty much the people that aren't going to be playing are basically Nahara, he'll probably get a couple minutes, but Jop, he won't play that much, but basically just by the sound of it, you can pretty much hear who's doing what. We needed perimeter shooting in the off season. We needed sort of another offensive spark, which is why I'm really upset we didn't get Iverson. But team needs a center, solid center, because we got 4 decent centers, but we need a solid center. Point guard, we got Augustine. Basically shooting, because we got the defense. The defense is there, but we need shooting. That's what we have struggled in lately in the past. So up next is the closing statements. That's the Charlotte Bobcats. I'm sort of tired right now, so I hope you vote for me. Sort of a little bit nervous, not really, but I just sort of didn't really know what to say because I didn't really do a lot of research. But basically, I love the Bobcats. Hope you vote for me. Thanks if you do. If you don't, just like Jerry said, don't put anything negative. Come check out my channel, Joel Coaster. Obviously, keep checking out Jerry's NBA's Talk TV's channel. Awesome guy. And go Bobcats!